Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And this is the Bitcoin and breakfast show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name is Ahmed Olad Magic aka KC the Great, and you're welcome to the show again. And if you look at what is going on in the market, is really crazy, guys. You can see the market is so volatile and we need to be careful. But what do we need to do? We're going to discuss more about that on this show, and you don't want to go anywhere. And if you just joined or you've been watching the show before, please destroy the likes button. Also share the video so people can join live, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. It's Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And if you look at what is going on in the space, first of all, this is a huge news. You can see President Trump signing the bill to reopen what? To reopen the federal government and officially ending the shutdown after weeks of negotiations and uncertainty in Washington. So that is great news, guys. That is great news. But what does this mean for the crypto space at large? What does that mean? We can see the reaction this morning that from the Asia session, people has already started buying BTC and it's been pulling up. But what do we need to do, and how are we going to make sure this does not really affect our portfolio or things work in our way? Also, if you look at the news, you find out that infamous Satoshi era billionaire unleashes what? 244 million Bitcoin deposit on major US exchange, and that has been causing a lot of buzzing on the internet, because everyone is now thinking probably these people have some information or not. But don't worry, on this great show we are going to dissect everything and discuss about that. But let's quickly share the link to the community. And speaking of the community, if you have not joined the community, please, you can find the links down in the description and you can join the community so you can get free signals if you're a perpetual trader, derivatives and all of that, and also get free educational content. Also, if you've not joined the $100 challenge, the links also is down in the description. You can join to make sure you get to benefit from what is going on with the $100 challenge. And we've been sharing everything, the progress, the losses, the winnings, and the growth of how the whole challenge has been going. All right, let's now move into the chart and see really what is going on. You look at it like, take a look at this chart now. If you look at it yesterday, I told you don't need to panic, that we're just seeing what? We're just seeing a pullback from the breakout or the structure we had some days ago. But now this is where now it is very dicey and kind of tricky. You can see if you look at this right now, we have a structure. We broke above the structure, which it gives us our stop loss to be below 99,000 US dollars. But now this is an engulfing candle. You see, we saw an engulfing candle the day before yesterday, and that engulfing candle break this independent what? Independence daily candle. So for it to have broken this independent daily candle and we now broke below it yesterday, that shows us we need to be careful, because the market might want to create a new low before we start pushing up. And let's take a look at example on the chart so you understand what I'm saying. Take a look at this on the 14th of August 2025. You could see we had an engulfing candle that breaks this daily candle before we break the structure. And what happened? The market dropped all the way from 124,000 to 106. Let's take a look at another example on the chart, because the chart is what we need to use to see if what we are saying is correct or not. Let's take a look at another example here, or another scenario, excuse me. You can see we have an engulfing candle on the daily time frame too on February 20th 2025. And what happened? The market dropped from 99,000 all the way to 75,000. Let's go again and check. Here is another engulfing candle over here. You can see the market dropped from 102 down to 89,000. So anytime there is an engulfing candle, we need to treat it very, very seriously. And that is why with this engulfing candle breaking below 104, and not only breaking below the independent candle, now we have now even broken below it on the other day, which was yesterday. I think is that time we need to be careful and say what we're going to turn this to what, to red. That means we need to stay away from BTC for now. Yes, I know you'll be like, oh, why are we going to stay away? But the market is recovering. Pulling back is not recovery. You need to understand that market pulling back doesn't mean the market has recovered, because this is an engulfing candle. So what do we need to wait for us to get back into BTC right now? We need the market to break above 107 or to create a structure for us to get back inside. But there's one thing I want you to know again. Sometimes when you have engulfing candle pulling down into the buying zone, because if you look at this now, we can say we have the buying zone around here, which the market has touched yesterday, and that is why the market is pulling back. But let's go to lower time frame to see if we're going to see a structure that will tell us we should get into the market. And if you look at this now, no structure yet. You can see no structure right here. So it shows the market can just pull up and still tank down to below 99. And if we break above it, then we know, yes, we have a structure. But for us to have an engulfing candle, I think we need to be what? We need to now be very, very careful. Although the structure itself has not been broken, which is 99,000, but I believe once you have an engulfing candle and you break below it, possibility of the market tanking down is there. And I've shown you examples on the chart, and you need to understand one thing: when something is happening, or when you are seeing a repeated patterns on the charts, you need to stick to them. So you can see it happens August 14. We have an engulfing candle, even broke the structure, and what happened? The market dropped. If you move ahead, let me even look for more example, probably from far dates ahead. Look at another one here, 20th of February 2025, engulfing candle, market drop down. Let's look for another engulfing candle on the chart so we can be convinced that we need to be careful. Here's another one, engulfing candle. Even before we broke below the structure, what happened? The market dropped down. This is massive. This was from 69,900 to 49,100. Let's take a look at another engulfing candle. Here's another one right here. You can see engulfing candle, we break below it, the market dropped from 73,000 to 60,000. And you can see we saw some recovery that make it look as if the market is bouncing back, but you can see only recover but later dump. So when we have an engulfing candle, we need to respect that and wait for another structure to get in. Let's go back again and see if we're going to see one more examples to show you. And if you look at this, what is this? We have a structure going up then this is not an independent candle, so we're not going to count that. I'm looking for an independent candle. This is an engulfing candle, but not an independent candle, rather based on structure. And what happened the moment we break below it, we broke below it, excuse me, the market dropped down. So, and that is what I'm seeing with this chart right now. Possibility of BTC moving down is still there, because this was an engulfing candle 3 days ago. We broke below 104, and you can see the market keep dumping. So to me now, BTC still look like a sell. Yes, it looks like a sell. Excuse me. Although we have not broken the structure, but most engulfing candle we always later break the structure. So even though we've not broken the structure, that is not a yardstick for us to stay in the market. So I'll say let's just stay away from the market, and let's see if we are going to see a pull down to create a new low, maybe to around 98,000 or below. Then we're going to get a perfect entry. So for now, you can see I've changed it back to red, because yesterday if you watched the show, I told you if we break below 104, we can hold on if we didn't break below 102, but yesterday we broke below 102. So I feel like the engulfing candle is playing out. And even though when you look at the chart, we do not normally have engulfing candle like that, apart from this one we saw the day before yesterday. Let's see if we're going to see another one. You see, we only saw one around August 14, and after August 14, I think it was February, to show you it doesn't really happen like that on a daily candle. What we normally have is a kicker, and when we have a kicker, we leave the market, wait for it to pull back, then we get in to shut it down. But if you look at it, we do not normally have engulfing candle like that on a daily time frame, and that is why whenever it happens, you need to be what? You need to be careful, especially when it happens with what? With an independent daily candle. If it doesn't happen with an independent daily candle, we'll be waiting for it to break the structure. But once it's an independent daily candle, we don't need to wait for it to break the structure. We can as well just make use of that what? Of that engulfing candle. If you look at this right here, this is another engulfing candle, February 20th. Okay, it's the same one I've been seeing. You can see the moment it dropped down, it broke the independent daily candle, and that was why the market fall. Anytime we don't have independent daily candle broken, you can see this one too broke the independent daily candle, the market drop. But anytime we don't have the independent daily candle broken, we'll have to wait for structure. But like the one that happened days ago now, it's an independent daily candle, guys. It's no, we don't need to wait for structure, because the structure would have wait for it to break 99,000. But why I'm saying we don't need to wait for structure to leave the market is because you can see the structure here. We broke above the structure with this candle. We now have an independent candle on its own, and that is where we now have that engulfing candle. So we need to do what? We need to stay away from BTC right now. Yes, we got into the market around 90 when we had the pullback, or let's even say we got in at 104,500. Our stop loss was 104, so we should leave the market. No profit, no loss is still better. And remember, this is for spot traders and investors. If you're perpetual futures, derivatives, options trading, join my Telegram link or my Discord channel for signals for that, and also for free educational content. And remember, this is not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. So BTC for now, I'll say we should stay away from it, because it's not really looking good from that engulfing candle that we saw. All right, let's take a look at altcoins. And if you look at altcoins, you'll find out that altcoins has not really done anything bad, and that is why I won't say we should get away from the market, because you can see with the altcoin we created a structure, and I'm showing you Ethereum, by the way. We created a structure, and we broke above the structure. We didn't see any engulfing candle, we didn't see any what, any independent daily candle. So our buy for Ethereum is still valid, and our stop loss will be here. Let's see, we have structure coming down, then we have structure to break it above it. So what are we going to do? Our stop loss will be at 3,185 for Ethereum. So Ethereum is still a buy, guys. I'm not gonna lie, you can hold on to your ETH is still a buy because we have not broken a structure, we didn't have a kicker, we don't have engulfing candle. So ETH is still a buy. You can see yesterday we put down, we couldn't even break this green candle on a daily candle. But when you go to Bitcoin, you find out that Bitcoin was really engulfed, and that is not really good. So we need to wait for structure for that. So ETH is still a buy. Let's take a look at Link. Link is not a buy, stay away from it. Let's take a look at AAVE. It's not a buy as well, stay away from it. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana actually dumped into a buying zone and break above, but we saw an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle that I was talking about with BTC. You can see we break above the structure. We now created an independent daily candle on its own. Then we have an engulfing breaking above. So Solana also, I'm going to turn it into red. Please stay away from Solana until we break above the key zone again, before we can do what, before we can say we are safe to trade it. Let's take a look at BNB. BNB is still inside the buying zone. We had a structure from the buying zone, break above it. We have not really, let's see, we have a structure, break above it. That's a buy right there, pull back, go down, then it was shattered as well. So I think even with BNB, we need to be cautious too, because here is a kind of invalidation in a structure form. Yes, invalidation in a structure form, guys. So our advice, BNB is 50-50, because the main stop loss for BNB is still at 850. So if you're in BNB, you can hold on to it, and let's see if it's going to break 850. I think I'll just leave it for now. But with the structure we're seeing on the market, because when you look at it, this is the main structure. This is just like a mini structure, because we drop into the buying zone. So that's why I'm not really concerned about that. So we can still leave our stop loss at 850 for that. But for Solana, Solana is a different case. You can see Solana created a new low, created a structure for the new low, then we engulf it. So with Solana, we can stay away. Let's take a look at Litecoin, which is LTC. LTC is a buy, and you can see when we broke above it, we need to look, our stop loss is around stop loss is around $79. So it's still a buy. We can hold on to our Litecoin. Let's take a look at SUI. Is not a buy, stay away from it. Let's take a look at AVAX, sorry, is not a buy, stay away from it. Let's take a look at ADA. It's not a buy, stay away from it. XRP, not a buy yet, yes, stay away from it. Let's take a look at Toncoin. Also Toncoin is not a buy, stay away from it. Dex yesterday was giving us signal, but no confirmation yet, so we're gonna wait for confirmation. Let's take a look at Pump.Fund. Pump.Fund gave us a buy, and you can see it's not an independent candle, so we can't use that engulfing. We need it to break the structure. So we need Pump Fund to break below 0.003 thereabout, or 0.0035 for us to leave or get out of Pump.Fund token. All right, let's go on. Let's take a look at Ondo. If you look at Ondo, it's not a buy as well. Stay away from it. Let's take a look at what is going on with Zex, that's Zcash. I told you guys to stay away from Zcash, and please still stay away from it. No buy yet. No buy yet. Please stay away from Zcash, because even though we say we should look at it with the 0.78 Fibonacci, we see I'm expecting Z to drop into 380 to 270 to create a good buy or give us a structure from this on a daily time frame. So that is what I'm going to share regarding the altcoin this morning. We're not going to check what is going on with the meme tokens, and if you have any token you want me to analyze or take a look for you, you can drop the comment in the comment section, or you can DM me and I'm going to add it to the list so we can discuss about that. All right, let's take a look at some meme tokens and see what is going on. Take a look at meme tokens, and you see that with the meme tokens, the market is not a buy yet. Dogecoin is not a buy. Stay away from it. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is not a buy too. Stay away from it. Let's take a look at Pepe, not a buy. I know you'll be saying, why is it not a buy, even though they were seeing a structure? This is the main structure right here. All these ones are just minor structure. We need the major structure to be broken out, or let them drop into buying zone before we get on them. Let's take a look at Popcard. Popcard is not a buy. Stay away from it, even though we had a breakout yesterday but later dump again, so that means we need to wait. Trump coin has been a buy, and now let's see, it's still a buy, and stop loss is now at $6.7. So let's see what Trump coin will do. Millennial token also, I told you yesterday that you can buy, or you can wait for it to drop in down to 0.11. Let's take a look at Notcoin, not to buy. Stay away from me. Deep token has dropped into the buying zone, and it gave us a nice structure to buy. So we're still gonna wait. Stop loss is at 0.49 thereabout. Let's take a look at X. Gave us a signal but no confirmation. Stay away from it. What about Swam? Swam has been doing fine. Swam is still a buy, and the stop loss is still at 0.01248. Now let's check the bonus one, which is gold. I told you yesterday, I said gold is a buy, and you can see I am absolutely right. Gold is been zooming up since I gave you the buy. I told you we need a week. At the end of the week, we're gonna buy, and it's not a buy, or I gave you entry at 4,040. So stop loss remain at 3,800. This is for investors and what, and sports traders. If your futures, derivatives and all of that, join my link, Telegram link or Discord for you to get signals for all of that. So gold is actually still a buy. If you're holding on to it, gold is a buy. All right, guys, that is that regarding chart analysis. Let's now check what is going on with the cryptocurrency market cap to know how the market is dropping. According to the market cap, yesterday was around 3.6 trillion, but now we are down to 3.5 trillion US dollars and about 181 billion volume in the last 24 hours. You can see the trending token right there and the top gainers right there. Let's take a look at top 10 before we check the economic calendar to know what the news will come up. And you can see BTC is at number 1, Ethereum at number 2, Theta number 2, Theta number 3, XRP number 4, BNB number 5, Solana number 6, USDC number 7, Lido Stake number 8, that is Tron at number 9, and Dogecoin sitting at number 10. So those are the top 10 cryptocurrency. If you want to know where a project sits on the cryptocurrency market cap, you might want to check it out on CoinGecko.com. All right, guys, that is that regarding the cryptocurrency market cap. Let's now check the event of the day. Since the bill has been signed to cut off the government shutdown. By the way, that was the longest US government shutdown, but nothing is really coming out today. You can see we just have some news, but they are not that important. So we're going to see what's going to happen when the New York Stock Exchange opens today and see how they react to the end of the government shutdown with the bill being signed by Donald Trump. That's the United States president. So nothing actually is important. We only had important information here in Australia, and that has come out, the employment change and unemployment rate, and you can see what the data looks like. All right, guys, that is that regarding the economic calendar. Let's now check the fear and greed index. And please, if you're still watching the show and you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. If you like what I'm doing, support your boy, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get the best out of this great channel. All right, if you look at what the fear and greed index is looking like right now, you see we are now down to extreme fear at 15%, and that is what is looking like. Yesterday was 24 at extreme fear as well, last week was fear, and last month was fear as well. So we're sitting at extreme fear, and I believe that's what some people will start accumulating. But like I said, we need to take a look at the chart, because accumulation doesn't mean they're going to start buying and the market will shoot up. It might just be rolling within this area for a couple of weeks or months, or we're going to see the market start buying back. But until we get a structure back to get into the market, please stick to all what I've said. You can see we've been right, and we've always been killing it on this channel. And thanks for joining me every morning and every day, or every time you have time to rewatch this live show. All right, that's that regarding the show this morning. As you all know, I'm Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. If you're just joining the show or you're watching for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so other people too can benefit. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Friday the 14th of November 2025, and until then,